this is fucking good TV. I think he's sitting there in the show as the audience saying to himself, this is good TV. We're getting a season 2. And I think he knows what he's doing. So I kind of agree with you.
I just do because when you look at that show, would it have garnered the amount of attention it did if they hadn't had this breakup?
Certainly helped.
Exactly. I just think, and she's sweet as can be when we met them at Jax's bar. He's so good. I agree with you. He was so, and this was, I'll go back for a second to a sore subject of something about her grand opening. But with Jax, we were there, 2 months after it opened? Jax, Kristen, Brittany, all were going around
And
like,
by the way, all these other people that we didn't know were there. They were there. The people from the Valley were there that night.
oh,
We
yeah,
just didn't know who the fuck they were.
there you go. He just is he came over to everybody. He knows people are fans. He is a genius, like you said, about television. He really gets the game. So I still find it hard to believe, and Paige is like a convenient person to go out with, right? She knows the Hollywood game. She's been out with these guys. She knows how to get attention. She loves attention. So it's like he's not going to take out somebody that's a
School teacher,
yeah, right. That doesn't know
librarian.
how to play the game. It just, and I want he and Brittany to be together. I think it was hysterical, the video that came out of them changing their son's diaper on the bar.
Now this wasn't set up. This is a real thing, right?
It was so good because they didn't know they were being filmed. And Brittany and Jax are sitting there talking to each other. And Jax seems like a good father as well. He's changing Cruz's diaper on the counter.
And what
Oh my
happened?
God. Well, then of course, that I don't know if that video was posted first or was sent to food inspection, but they had a complaint. So the
Mm.
food, inspection service here in Los Angeles came out and said they never witnessed it, but they gave them a stern talking to. Hysterical, hysterical. But he and Brittany, Jax and Brittany are always together. I mean, this is not a Kyle and Mo situation. Again, I doubted that turned out to be true. So I very well could be wrong.
See, I never doubted that one. I really
Really?
didn't. No, I never, because I don't think Kyle is desperate. I really don't. I really do. I know people don't like Kyle these days. No, I really do believe that I believe she'll do anything for the show when it's real and authentic. I never, and hearing all these things about the diddling and daddling for years, I never thought they were making that up just for the show. No, never. Really.
God, I thought that was so staged for additional views, and it turned out to be completely wrong. So I don't know. Maybe Jackson Brittany are really done. Maybe she's had it with his antics. And I will say, I think there is something about being out in LA and Hollywood. It is like you almost become in a trance here for fame, for the attention, because there
Mm.
really is no bad attention here. There isn't. And so it wouldn't shock me if he's also become like, he's like, girl, I'm going all in on this TV star thing and I'm going to ride this out to the end, whether you're with me or not. I mean, people do it all the time. So maybe he's willing to sacrifice his
See,
marriage.
that is what I love about LA the best. Cause like when I'm in LA, like I
Oh,
live in like in my building, I told you I get in the elevator and people are like getting in the elevator with ring lights and filming scenes and like it's just like, and then when you're just like a total disaster and like you're doing your own thing, like when you were there and you and I were filming our thing for like our ticket sales, and I'm just like, everyone is filming something. It's like you could just let it all hang out here, like in the Hamptons, New York City, like, oh, you got to be too cool for school. Like you can't just like film yourself like doing a video. You got to like do it on the DL because like we're too cool here. You know what I mean? So I love that it's just like in LA, you're like, yeah, like whatever. Like my neighbor's like a huge gay porn star on OnlyFans. Like he's great. Like, I mean, maybe I'll knock on the door and watch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's
cool.
LA. That's
Like,
LA.
right. Like he pays for that one bedroom that way. You go, honey. So yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that.
I
Now,
will see.
David.
I like that. Drama.
What about anything with like, well, speaking of Jax, Ariana's not happy with production based on the finale. She feels that they were coming for her, punishing her. They did not tell her they were going to show the finale, like, at the reunion. And she felt like they were saying, like, hey, you're in a room now and we are going to force. I mean, it worked. Her and Tom did interact. They did have a speaking to with each other back and forth. So it kind of worked, but she's not happy. Oh, she feels set up. Punishment. What do you think
I'm
of that?
starting to think VPR is on a seriously long break, and the something about her sandwich shop is actually their business plan. Like I'm starting to really think that. Because yeah, on Katie Maloney's podcast, Ariana says, yes, she's like, she basically calls them out at production, that they were assholes and they really set her up. They wanted this interaction. And yeah, she doesn't seem to have a lot of great things to say. She also, Daniel, her boyfriend, she seems to be keeping off camera. Now she says, and I think this is a good point, he is not being paid. Now, of course,
I was kind of on board with that when she said that at the
yeah, me
reunion.
too.
See, everybody, we don't have a team. We look at the facts. I was Team Ariana on that one, even though everyone thinks we hate her and she blocked us. I agree with you, right? Like, if
Yeah,
someone's not getting paid, and then when Andy said, well, look at Brock, I mean, the difference is Brock wants to be on TV and Daniel has like a real job in New York. So there's many people on my life that if I got on a reality show tomorrow would be like, bitch, if you come near us with a camera, we will not be signing any release. We will not even speak to you, and don't ever sabotage us. So there, I mean, there are, it might be shocking for this audience listening to believe there's actually so many people in the world that just do not want to be on the damn TV. I mean, Sarah Fraser wants it, but not everybody does.
I'd be on in a second. But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that point of hers. Why would you sacrifice an up and coming relationship when he's not getting paid? I don't blame her. Good for her. I just get the sense. I get the sense she's over it. I really do. I get
Seems
the sense
like it.
she's over it. A lot's coming out. Sheena's on her podcast saying, she thinks it's going to be hard to be friends with Ariana moving forward. Um, and exactly what we said. Okay, people think we're not accurate. Well, exactly what we said. This show, Vanderpump Rules, was being canceled.
Which is what Sheena said. I've said that before. I mean, I know for a
You
fact.
have. We've said it here for 2 years. We were like, the show was over until this cheating scandal. Over.
And I think, listen, you're just lucky. Unlike Jax and Brittany trying to create the next scandal, unlike Carl and Lindsay, who had a actual real breakup, but nobody fucking cares. You're not scandal either. It's lightning in a bottle. It's a one-time thing. I mean, James Kennedy is playing with Paulie D. It helped every single person, and not for nothing. Rachel Leviss does have a podcast and that makes money. And I mean, it's helped everyone. Certainly helped
Everybody
Lisa Vanderpump.